Y'all hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Giles.
Good evening.
Mr. Bolin. Your family still okay, David?
Doing well, doing well. We've so far no more negative tests, so they're all hanging in there, I guess.
Okay, good.
Randy, you feel any better? I'm kicking.
I understand today they sent all the firefighters from over to jail back down to the ambulance service because it's spreading at the jail again. They were trying to keep everybody from coming over there. I took off all this week. I'm afraid I'm going to get it. Good for what, Stephanie? Listen to that giggle.
We've got about almost 600 out at work.
Would you see where the governor is considering calling a special session and wait and see if he don't put all schools on virtual?
Wouldn't be surprised.
So one of the big questions I got an email today. The state's apparently getting ready to send out a survey to all, starting with police and fire, to determine who wants it. And their concern is that they're trying to get the supply out to the emergency responders first, make sure they don't get sick, and then what if the emergency responders, none of them say they want to take it? So that's apparently the feedback they're getting. So they're wondering, are they going to make it mandatory for emergency responders? How are they going to handle that? So
I don't see how they cannot.
I know they were. I thought they said nurses and doctors were going to get it first.
Well, they're wanting they wanted our results. I have fires. I don't have police yet, but they're wanting them ASAP. So apparently they're planning on trying to get some out. It's going to come in phases, obviously, but it's not looking like a very overwhelming number volunteering for it. So that could be problematic. Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
They're afraid. They're afraid of whatever effects that could come down the road from it.
Well, that puts us, the ones we need the most, not making them any less vulnerable. So that's kind of scary. But so far out of the fire department, I had 4 that said they planned on taking it. So.
Oh.
Out of how many?
4.
Out of how many?
How many?
Out of how many?
Yeah, we got 10, 12?
Yeah, plus volunteers, and that's 4 altogether. That's 3 full-time and 2 full-time and 2 volunteers, I think it was, something like that.
Plan on taking it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, look at it. I've been taking vaccines since I was born, so what's another one going to hurt?
Tim, how do you anticipate doing the meeting tonight since we've published the number to the public to sign in? You still going to let them talk during public comment?
If there's anyone that's in the public, yes.
Okay. And then hopefully we'll mute all of them or tell them to all mute so we can hear. But I noticed the last one we had, 2 of the ones didn't mute at all the entire meeting.
I'm wanting to say Kelly has, or someone there, whoever's running the meeting has the option to mute whoever.
Yeah.
Kelly has the power.
As she should.
There's Marcia. And I hope that when we have this special called meeting that all of us are on Zoom, and then if we elect someone on the 21st, it'd be hard pressed. Any other normal time we would probably swear that person in immediately.
Yeah.
So if we're Zooming on the 21st and vote them in, they're going to have, I would assume that they'd have to come down and take their oath and all that kind of stuff to be ready, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that'd be something left up to them and Sandy whenever he could get them.
Yeah.
Well, I came in at a bad time.
remember, Sandy's not going to be here.
Yes. Yeah, Sandy doesn't want, Sandy's not here.
On the 21st, I'm talking about.
Oh, on the 21st.
And we can get them here. Kelly she's a notary, so she can do the oath.
Yeah. I might eventually get there, Mayor. It's just that I have another meeting and I don't know how long that one will go.
Well, can you swear them in over Zoom?
I can't swear them in at all. I gave up my notary, so I can't
you
swear them in
did?
at all. Yeah. That's why I used to swear them in as the city attorney, because I was a notary public. And then when I'm not a notary public anymore, we got to find somebody else.
I wouldn't, Sandy. I wouldn't think it'd be. I wouldn't see why Kelly couldn't swear him in over Zoom. Would you?
They have to sign, don't they?
We
Yeah.
do lots of things these days. I'd be.
I mean, they're still going to have to come in they're still going to come in and sign their oath, but as far as performing the oath itself, if we wanted to swear somebody in with an oath on the 21st, then
I'd have them come down to City Hall, but then I'm kind of old-fashioned that way.
well, it's not like there's anything they're going to be voting on that night. So
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, that's the only thing I'm assuming is going to be on the agenda. And
I would think so, yeah.
Becky, have you got Zoom capabilities for this next meeting when we interview people?
What do you mean? I'm on Zoom now. I just don't have the video.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Have you got any way of getting video?
Yeah, I do. It's just there's some glitches in it.
Okay. In other words, you don't have your makeup on?
Right.
Okay. So you'll have that ready the 17th and stuff.
Why, are you worried about not seeing me, Tony? I didn't know that it tore you up so bad.
Well, I just want to make sure you wore that blue coat.
Yeah. I'll be sure and wear the blue coat.
Facial expressions help a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to see my facial expressions.
That's a good thing about wearing a mask. I thought I was going to sit in here in the conference room and turn the basketball game on and watch it during this meeting, but we don't have the SEC Plus network here.
Trying to save taxpayer money.
We ain't got time for that nonsense at City Hall. We got to work.
Well, they're going up. Did you get your email that Kelly sent us? They're going up on everything too.
Yeah, of course. They do every year, about twice a year.
Did you notice that was right after the signing of the contract too?
Oh, yeah. Sandy, do you know, are they doing Ronnie's funeral in the sanctuary or what?
I gathered what I saw was that they were going to have the receiving friends and come in through the Family Life Center door.
Just walk
I
out?
think, yeah. So I assume they're going to do it in the Family Life Center, but I don't know that. They weren't as clear. They weren't as clear as they could have been.
I'll find out tonight because I'm meeting with Gary Alley after this.
You'll get the word from the horse's mouth right there.
Does anyone talk to Tara?
I talked to her earlier. She was planning to attend the meeting unless something has come up.
Tony, I'll have you do the prayer, and then I'll stand up. I've got the flag in the background, and I'll lead the pledge tonight. There's Tara. All right, looks like I've got 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get this started. I'll call this regular city council meeting of the Kingston City Council to order. I'd like to ask everyone to please stand and bow your heads as Mr. Brown will lead us in invocation, then I'll lead us in the pledge of the flag.
Dear Heavenly Father, once again, we come to you with grateful hearts in a needy time for our country, our city, and our state. We ask that you wrap your arms around the leaders, that they make wise decisions, and that this virus that we've got, that we can find some sort of closure for it. Be with everyone, be with the Morton family as the city of Kingston mourns the loss of a great American, a great Kingstonian, and just going to miss him like most people will. But most of all, Heavenly Father, we thank you for your son who died for us on the cross so that we would meet you again one day. And we give you praise every day. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. All right, that worked out all right. So, roll call. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Brown,
Present.
Councilmember Childs,
Present.
Councilmember Humphreys,
Present.
Vice Mayor Stockton,
Present.
Councilmember Wright,
Present.
Mayor Neal.
Present. Approval of previous minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written?
So move.
Second.
I have a motion from Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Wright. Is there any corrections or deletions?
Nothing, sir.
Seeing none. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes. Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Councilmember Humphreys,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
All right. Seeing no citizens, we'll go to reports. Mayor and City Council. I'll start with Ms. Wright. Do you have anything to report?
I don't.
Mr. Brown?
No, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Childs?
No, sir.
Stockton?
No.
Ms. Humphreys?
Spoke with Chase today, and he said that on our virtual tree lighting, which was the first we'd ever done, that we had over 750 views, which was a good thing, and that the block work on the indoor training facilities completed, and this week will be the last scheduled week of the flag football. And he also wanted me to mention to council that Quest Restoration has volunteered their time and labor for the roof of the batting cage. And he said that will be a savings to us of around $20,000.
Good. I'll make sure to write a letter to everyone who's donated to that on our behalf of the City Council. Anything else, Ms. Humphreys?
No, that's it.
I don't think I have anything else to report either, so I'll turn it over to Mr. Bowling for his report.
Thank you, Mayor. I've got a few things here in addition to my written report. As cases continue to rise locally, our operations remain under COVID protocols. All departments, where applicable, are working modified schedules. All of our indoor facilities continue to remain closed to the public. Our goal, as it has been since the onset, is to take every possible step to keep our employees safe, keep the public safe, and still maintain the highest level of essential services we can. I think we've done, I should give all 100% of the credit to our employees, our departments, but I think they've done a tremendous job at that. We're going to keep doing what we're doing, and we'll monitor the situation to make sure our responses are fluid if anything needs to change quickly. Follow up on an issue that we previously talked about, being the traffic light at McDonald's. We had Temple come in to make some adjustments to that light. They're going to be sending us a letter outlining exactly what adjustments they made, but they did state that it's pretty much been adjusted. The timing has as much as they feel like they realistically can. Any additional improvements are going to require either replacing the loops or putting those lights on a camera system. Along those lines, I will report that we recently applied for a $55,000 traffic signal modernization grant. It's our second application. So hopefully we weren't successful in the first one. Hopefully we will be this time, and maybe we'll have some luck in permanently fixing some issues like that. I want to commend Chief Washington and the police department. They had the recent Thanksgiving food drive, obviously with out of concern for COVID. That was done quite a bit different than it has been in years past. That said, we still handed out 500 bags of food. 300 were distributed through the school system, 43 went to Lakewood Village, and the remainder were handed out through local churches. So want to thank Jane Ollis with the Yugo Store in Harriman, Taylor Motor Company, Everly Blue, Dynamic Tool Systems, Poor Boys Auto Repair, The Grove, First Baptist Church of Kingston, Victory Baptist, Kingston United Methodist, Paint Rock Baptist, Grace Community Church, Liberty Baptist, Morrison Hill Christian Church, and all the other volunteers who helped to make this possible, especially during these difficult times. It was nice to see everybody pitching in on that. Finally, just want to announce, this normally comes at the fire department Christmas dinner. Of course, they're not having that this year, but I'm happy to share with you that Captain Jacob Morrell has been named Firefighter of the Year. Captain Morrell is a 7-year veteran of the department, has served in his current rank for the last 2 years. He's a tremendous asset to both the department and the city, a true team player, and always quick to take on any new task, no matter how difficult that might be. So we're very fortunate to have him. I'm proud to share that announcement with you, and if you see him out, certainly congratulate him on that honor. That was chosen by his peers, and that's all I have unless you have any questions.
Are there any questions for the city manager? All right. Seeing none, item 7 is addition of items to the meeting agenda received after the close of the agenda deadline. I did not receive any. Number 8 is unfinished business. Consideration of the second reading to adopt ordinance 2011-10-1, an ordinance of the city of Kingston, Tennessee, to amend the general fund budget appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year beginning July 1, 2020 and ending June 30th, 2021. Do I hear a motion on this second reading?
Move to adopt ordinance 2011-10-1 on second reading.
I have a motion by Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Wright. Are there any questions on this ordinance? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown. Councilmember Brown.
Yes. Yes.
Councilmember Childs.
Yes.
Councilmember Humphreys.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Stockton.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
On into new business now. A is confirmation of the appointment of Councilmember Becky Humphreys as Vice Mayor. Do I hear a motion for this appointment?
Move that we appoint Vice Mayor as Vice Mayor Becky Humphreys according to the charter, second highest vote getter from the previous election.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Stockton. Madam Clerk, call the roll, please, for Ms. Humphreys as being Vice Mayor.
Councilmember Brown.
Yes.
Councilmember Childs.
Yes.
Councilmember Humphreys.
I don't think I'm supposed to vote on that, am I?
Mr. Attorney, I don't think it would matter. You're muted.
You're muted.
I believe she's correct. I believe there's a sentence in there that you can't vote for yourself for the mayor position appointment or the vice mayor's appointment.
I defer to Mr. Brown.
Oh, he's on now.
Vice Mayor Stockton.
Yes.
Councilmember Wright.
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
5
Okay.
ayes, 1 abstain.
Item B is consideration to rescind a council action from May 2nd, 1985 regarding infrastructure at 615 North Kentucky Street and authorize the city attorney and city manager to negotiate with the interested parties of said property to secure necessary easement assurances, maintenance guarantees, and hold harmless agreements. I think this is something we talked about Tuesday night in the last Zoom meeting we had. Do I hear a motion to rescind this action?
I'll make that motion just to talk about it.
I'll second to talk about it.
I got a motion by Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Wright. Mr. Brown.
Do we have it yet, Mr. Attorney? The agreement?
We do not.
Okay.
But we don't
What
even
happened?
have party. we don't have parties in place, but of course, as I said when you all addressed this the other day, you know, this is not something that was even able to be done. There's no such thing as an attachment before the transaction can be completed. They're going to have something from the city, and we have worked on. We think we've got the bones of what an agreement would be, but we've got to have the right parties in agreement. So that will have to take place a little later on. There's nothing wrong with you all adopting this this motion, but it won't have same situation. We already have the easement, and before the parties who want this thing to go forward can get their financing, they're going to have something in place. So they're the ones who are looking at it. We've got an easement already.
Okay, so if something happens, if it blows up tomorrow, we can still go do whatever we need to do if we pass this tonight.
Yeah, and as Councilman Brown, as you pointed out, it's up and down that area anyhow. And
will this be registered with the register of deeds when we've got the right parties and everybody signed it?
I would expect that would be an appropriate thing for us to do.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Wright.
Councilman Brown covered it all.
Anyone else on council have anything?
No.
No. Madam Clerk, call the roll on the rescinding council action from May 2nd, 1985.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries,
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright, Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Item C is consideration of Resolution 2012-0801, a resolution authorizing the City of Kingston to participate in the Public Entity Partners Property Conservation Matching Grant Program. I think this is something we've done in the past, Mr. Bowling. We just do it every year, correct?
Correct, and we'll be applying for funds to hopefully get reimbursement for expenses we've already made. We made some security improvements to the visitor center at the fort, and we're going to try to get some of that money back.
Do I hear a motion for this resolution?
I make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Ms. Stockton, second by Ms. Humphries. Anything, Ms. Stockton?
No.
Ms. Humphries?
No.
Council? Madam Clerk, call the roll, please.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries,
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Item D is consideration to authorize the installation of petition requested speed bumps on Sunrise Drive. See that we've got the petition here. Mr. Bowling, is that the 50% that over 50% that's supposed to put on them? Sign the petition.
Yes.
Yes. Do I hear a motion to approve speed humps on Sunrise Drive?
I'll make a motion.
I hear a second. Second. Motion by Ms. Humphries, second by Ms. Childs. Ms. Humphries, do you have anything?
No, I mean, if they want them, then I'm for it. I personally don't know why they want them, but if they do, I'm for it.
Mr. Childs?
No, sir.
Council? Madam Clerk, call the roll on the speed humps on Sunrise Drive.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries,
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton, Councilmember Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Someone needs to mute their mic there. Okay. Item E is consideration of appointments to fill 3 vacancies due to expiring terms on the Historic Zoning Commission. I think we have 3 names in. Am I correct, Mr. Bowling, Mr. Hugh Willett, Mr. Bruce Cantrell, and Mr. Robert Bailey? Is that correct?
Correct. 3 names, 3 vacancies.
Do I hear a motion to approve these 3 for the Historic Zoning Commission?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Ms. Wright, second by Ms. Stockton. Ms. Wright, do you have anything?
No, sir.
Ms. Stockton, do you have anything?
I do not.
Council?
No.
Madam Clerk, call for the appointments to fill the 3 vacancies on the Historic Zoning Commission.
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries,
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Item F is consideration of appointment to fill a term limited vacancy on the library board. Ms. Wright, as the library board representative of the city, do you have a recommendation from the library board?
Yes, Miss Carrie Willett.
Will you make that in the form of a motion?
I make the motion that Carrie Willett be added to the library board.
Is there a second? Second. Any further discussion on the vacancies of the library board?
Mr. Mayor, are we going to send, didn't we have 2 on this one?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Now I'll make sure we get a letter out to the other one, thanking them for their consideration. Madam Clerk, you call the roll for that?
Councilmember Brown,
Yes.
Councilmember Childs,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Humphries, Vice Mayor Humphries,
Yes.
Councilmember Stockton,
Yes.
Councilmember Wright,
Yes.
Mayor Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
That being the end of the agenda for the regular Kingston City Council meeting, this meeting is adjourned. Now we'll go into the regular meeting of the Kingston Beer Board. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for the Beer Board?
Member Brown,
President.
Member Childs,
Present.
Vice Chair Humphries,
Present.
Member Stockton,
Present.
Member Wright,
Present.
Chairman Neal.
Present. Do I hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written? Make a motion. Is there a second? There's a motion on Mr. Childs, second on Ms. Humphries. Seeing no corrections or deletions to the minutes, Madam Clerk, will you call the roll on the minutes?
Member Brown,
Yes.
Member Childs,
Yes.
Vice Chair Humphries,
Yes.
Member Stockton,
Yes.
Member Wright,
Yes.
Chairman Neal. Chairman Neal. Chairman Neal.
All right, since there's no business coming before the Beer Board, that meeting's adjourned. Now I want to call the meeting to order the regular meeting of the Kingston Water Board. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll for the Water Board?
Member Brown,
Present.
Member Childs,
Present.
Vice Chair Humphries,
Present.
Member Stockton,
Present.
Member Wright,
Present.
Chairman Neal.
Present. Do we hear a motion to approve the previous minutes as written?
I'll make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Wright, second by Ms. Humphries. You seen corrections or deletions to the minutes?
I do not.
No.
Okay. Madam Clerk, will you call the roll on the minutes?
Member Brown,
Yes.
Member Childs,
Yes.
Vice Chair Humphries,
Yes.
Member Stockton,
Yes.
Member Wright,
Yes.
Chairman Neal.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Now we have time for any citizens' comments. Are there any citizens that are listening to the Zoom meeting that would like to make a comment to the water board tonight? All right, seeing none, we'll go into the utility director's report. Mr. Bowley.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a couple of things in addition to my written report. You likely noticed the damage to to Spring Street that was caused by a large water main break last month that have been repaired. Certainly happy to see the road open again and appreciate everyone's patience during that process. But I really am proud and wanted to point out just a little bit about how that happened. One of the things that makes Kingston so great is how people come together to help each other, and that certainly isn't lost on our employees. Kevin Hamilton, Tim Clark, and their employees all worked very hard on this, did a great job, and got it done quickly. Also can't thank the Roane County Highway Department enough. They very generously allowed us to use their paving machine, and everyone pulling together like that got the job done, saved the city a significant amount of money, and I think exemplifies what it means to be united in service to our community. So a big thank you to everybody who was involved in that. Also, just want to let you know we are working now to determine whether or not we're going to have a realistic chance to apply in the upcoming CDBG cycle. Our hope was to apply to address one of our infiltration problems, some issues we have around Cumberland Street, around the high school. Been a problem for a long time, and we'd like to be able to address that. As you know, unfortunately, our per capita income often precludes us from getting grant funding as it drags our score down so low. We hope the nature of the project might give us some advantage and help boost our score up enough in other areas to offset that, but we really don't know yet. Haven't been able to make that determination. If we do decide that an application is worthwhile, I'll be bringing more to you about that next month. We just want to make sure that we have a decent shot before we put forward the time and effort to apply. But we are looking for that, and if we think we can pull it off at all, we'll be coming to you with more information. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Anybody have any questions for the utility director?
This is kind of off subject, but kind of the same thing. Do you know when we might be getting 2020 census results?
No, I haven't heard anything, so I would imagine it'll be a bit, but I haven't heard anything official.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because I would like to see what our numbers are at. So if you get any information regarding that, I'd greatly appreciate it.
Definitely.
It usually takes a couple of years, I thought, to get everything calculated. I can't remember the exact timing. All right, into new business, and unless anyone else has another question for the utility director. Under new business, one, consideration to adopt TDEC, mandated water and sewer specifications for the city of Kingston. Do I hear a motion to do this?
Move we adopt the resolution, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Brown, second by Ms. Wright. I think we discussed this Tuesday night about with Kevin on the line about our water and sewer specifications. Does anyone have any questions about this?
No.
Madam Clerk, call the roll for the adoption of the TDEC mandated water and sewer specifications.
Member Brown.
Yes.
Member Childs.
Yes.
Vice Chair Humphreys.
Yes.
Member Stockton.
Yes.
Member Wright.
Yes.
Chairman Neal. 6 ayes.
Is there anything else to come before the water board tonight? All right, seeing none, this meeting is adjourned.